Hey guys, it's Francine.
And Carrie.
And we're from 24av.com. And we're here today to talk to you about how we knew we had a big problem.
Yep.
Drugs and or alcohol or both.
And just, how we knew we were completely powerless over this ass kicker disease. Pardon my French.
Well, Carrie and I have completely different stories.
We do.
For me, I had a 20-year on and off addiction to pain medication, and it got progressively worse. It started out with maybe 1 or 2 Vicodins a day, and then 3 or 4, 5 or 6, up to 20 a day.
Then she was having handfuls.
It's not funny.
It's not.
Right.
It's really not funny.
No, it's really not
Sorry.
funny. Now I can. Now,
love you, honey.
Now, do you know that now I have to actually, I have to chew. I have those little gummies.
Oh.
For my my multivitamin.
Oh.
And my calcium. I have to chew them because they're too big. Like I get like really grossed out now when I put.
Well, that's a good thing.
It is a good thing. I'm happy.
Hello.
I'm happy. But anyway, back to what I was saying. It got to the point where I would feel like first of all, I would get my prescription from my doctor.
Right.
But it was never enough.
Of course.
Because those 240 pills were gone in a couple of weeks.
You're an addict.
Yes. And so then I would have to, call my friends, ask them if they had anything left, try to get a prescription from someone else. It was something that I was chasing that I did not want to be chasing. That's the first thing. Second thing, I knew for sure it was an issue when I would go on vacation and I'd be counting my pills, counting how many days I'm away, and then realizing, oh my God, I'm going to have to take less this day because then I'm going to start going into withdrawals if I don't have enough at the end of the week. And,
I got it.
And it was totally controlling my life. I would actually set my alarm about a half hour before I have to be up with my kids so I could function because I felt sick when I would wake up in the morning. I guess the couple I was popping at night before I went to bed just wasn't holding me over, I guess. I don't know.
No holdover.
No holdover here. But I would look at this little pill. You're out of your minds. I love you.
I love you more.
I would look at this little pill and I would say, this little pill has so much power over me.
Yeah.
How pathetic is that? How pathetic is that?
Big things come in small packages.
Oh my God. I was done. I was like, I don't want to be held captive anymore. I want freedom. I don't want to have to, revolve my day around this pill. So
that's how you know?
Well, that's how I knew. It's one of the reasons. And when I realized I had to keep having more and more and more, I just saw that this is not going to, this is ugly and it's not going to get pretty. It's going to get uglier.
Won't hunt.
It's going to get uglier. You're in a mood today. Huh?
I'm in a mood today.
So how did you know you had a problem?
Well, as I told you all before, I was a coke addict and I used to drink to come down from the cocaine. And then I forced myself to become an alcoholic. And I think for me, how I knew was that, 7:30 at night turned into 6:30, turned into 5:30. And then before I knew it, every day after work, I would have to get that drink. And you know what? I would down a bottle of wine like it was nobody's business. That was just like to get me rolling. Wow. And then I would continue on. But what I want to say is that toward the end, I was playing these games with myself where I'd say, it's Wednesday night. I've only had 36 drinks this week. I think I'm going to skip tomorrow. And if I end up having 72 drinks, that's not really that bad. I'm going to try to curb it. But I was never able to curb it.
Didn't work for you, huh?
No. I was playing like a big numbers game. Yeah. And the bottom line is that the disease is so insidious and just takes such control over you. I was powerless. That alcohol had power over me where I am telling you it was a full-time job. A full-time job. When I was going to get it, how I was going to get it, how I was going to have enough. And then what I would do was I would drink bottles of wine or drink, not a whole bottle of vodka, but a hell of a lot of vodka. And then I was filling it up with water so no one would know what I was doing.
Until they went to go get a drink.
And the last thing I will say is that there was one evening where I was going out for dinner and I had about 8 drinks before I went out for dinner. Went out for dinner with a bunch of couples, got to the restaurant, had some more drinks, and when my chair was pulled out for me to sit down on and pushed in, I ended up falling on the floor. So I'm saying I had a huge issue.
Sorry. I just got the visual.
Yeah, no. I mean...
I didn't know Carrie then. I only know sober, clean Carrie.
But that's how I knew. I mean, when you start, like, manipulating and saying, oh, you know, I only had X amount of drinks, and that's really not that bad, and I'm going to drink, you know, wine instead of vodka, and I'm going to change this instead of this, and, oh, maybe I can do it in moderation. There is nothing in moderation. Yeah. If you're an addict, you're an addict.
You know, when I decided that I was done, I made the decision to go to rehab, and I went for a 45-day program, and I realized that I had to do it for myself. Mm-hmm. So when I always knew that I had a problem, but because I was a functioning addict, mm-hmm. I was hurting myself more than I was hurting anyone else, basically. Mm-hmm. But what I know now, which I really feel like I didn't know then, is how important I am. So I made the decision to go and take care of this issue. And the only way that you can even be successful is admitting that you have a problem in the first place.
Yeah, you have to admit that you're completely powerless and that you're completely licked.
Yeah.
And, you know, where Francine was high functioning, I, by the end, was very non-functioning, to the point where, you know, for me to drive my children to school in the morning, I just couldn't possibly do that. I couldn't even lick a stamp to put it on a letter.
What if it had
to
alcohol
pay a
on
bill?
it, though?
Well, I don't know.
You might have licked it.
I don't know. No, I wouldn't have licked it, because one little lick of alcohol or one little drink was never enough for me. I needed 101 drinks.
And we joke about it, but
it's horrible.
We're making light sometimes, but it's really a horrible disease.
It is. I mean, I don't want anybody. I take my disease very seriously, and I know that I only have daily reprieve. And you know what? It's a horrible, miserable existence.
Sometimes I feel like I need reminders of that, because the further away I get from it, mm-hmm. I feel like, was it really that bad? And then when I really think about it, and I think about how I was counting pills and taking this pill and not going there because I wouldn't be able to do this, and how it was really controlling my life, it really was that bad. And how many times I tried to taper off on my own and ended up in the hospital because I was sick. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It was that bad.
Listen, you know what? I spent a lot of my life waiting for the Coke dealer to arrive. So I'm just letting you know. It's
It was that bad, and how happy are you that it's behind us today?
Just for today.
Just for today.
Just for today, and now we're signing off.
Yeah. Comment, please, and let us know what you think.
Oops.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Thanks so much.